Hello. We're going to be doing something really fun today. I hope it's going to be fun. I'm using a kit which is amazing from WhichCraftDoYouDo, and I'm going to talk about that again in a minute. And we're also going to be doing a bit of a mass make. So this will be part of Cori's challenge for her JJ Mass Makes March. And I'll put the link again in the description box, as well as the link to Kerry's kits. And I'm going to be using this, and I would say this is Kerry's kit, but it's not. Kerry Fellows, who is WhichCraftDoYouDo, 4 kits called Bits and Bobs. And I've printed and cut a very, very small amount of kit 3 and 4. It's humongous. It really is. These are definitely from kit 4. These are from kit 4. These are from kit 4. These and these I think are kit 3. I'll put the links down below. But I'm going to be using these. These are to make some amazing snip strips. And Kerry has a fantastic video. I've seen some posts on Instagram. So lots of people are doing this the way they are supposed to be used. But I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to start with a sheet of scrapbooking paper. So I love these Tim Holtz back pages, but I do find they very rarely get used. So I'm going to, this side, I'm going to create a masterboard using Kerry's pieces. I'm not going to overlap. So I'm going to start with, I've got a fairly large Pritt stick here. I'm just going to glue a small area. I know it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to take, let's pick a strip. I'm going to take a strip. I'm going to just run my glue around the outside. And I'm going to lay this over at the corner. So that's my first piece down. I'm going to go for a square now. I'm not inking all of these pieces. Whatever I make from this masterboard, which I still haven't decided on, I will ink those, but I'm not inking the individual pieces. And I'm not overlapping. I'm just putting pieces together. Let's go for... It's always fun to kind of play around with this type of thing. I don't want everything facing the same way. I'm going to literally turn things upside down, have them on their side. I might have to do a small amount of overlaying where some of these pieces are a tiny bit. That's obviously just the way my printer has printed. Now, what I don't want to do is have everything... I'm going to go up here, I think, with this piece. And the great thing about this is there's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad way to put your pieces down. Just have some fun with it. And if you don't have Kerry's kit, you can do something very similar with book page images. As long as they're all cut square or cut with a square edge, you'll be fine. Now let's go for something. I'm going to go for a tape measure. So I hope you're all inspired by Cori's challenge to make something and share it on social media using... I'm not going to cut that off. I'll cut that off at the end. Just get rid of some of that glue. things like this, but having little bits overlapping, I think that's fine, because we can we're going to add stitching and things once we don't know what we're going to do with this yet, so that's fine having little overlaps like that. So I'm really liking how this is coming along. It actually it's working exactly as I thought it would. I like it. I'm very happy with this. So there is my masterboard. That was so much fun to put together. It really was, but it did take a little bit of time. So thanks for watching. If you use the timestamp, you could have skipped this piece, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I don't know if you can see, but I've barely touched the items that are around me. I've got a load over here as well of the tape measures, but I really like that. I really do. Oh, I've got a bit missing a bit. Let's see. Oh, I've got a bit of this left. Yeah, it's going to have to be that. So I'm just going to glue this into place very quickly. And the reason I use both glues is because I know this is going to get kind of a wider coverage, but I really do like the art glitter glue to really stick things down, and especially along edges. So that's why I use both. Obviously you don't have to. You use whatever glue you're confident with, because we all have a glue that we trust, don't we? There we go. So finished masterboard. So the next step is I have a new tin, or a tin prepared for my Kerry bits and bobs. So I'm going to pack all these away and then we can work on our masterboard. So this took roughly 20 minutes. And if you're looking for a quick mass make, maybe this is not the make for you, unless you've already got your masterboards done, or if you do your masterboards in a much more time efficient way than I do. I'm just really happy with this. I don't think the glue is quite dry yet, but I'm going to trim off the back. It will cut without tearing, because like I said, I'm not sure the glue's entirely dry. That's another downfall of using a glue stick, as it does take a little bit longer, and you do need to make sure it's dry. It is going to wet your paper, because rip your paper, because it's wet. It stays wet for a while. How pretty does that look? And it can go anyway up. So we have I'm just going to give this a minute or two to dry, and then I'll be back. I hope this has had enough time to dry now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out my trimmer. I'm going to open it up. Now I'm just going to kind of use the back. I'm not going to look at what I'm cutting. It's going to be a complete surprise when I turn it over. And the first cut I'm going to do is at 6 inches. So I'm going to cut that in half. I've kind of decided I'm going to make this into kind of little tags. So I'm going to cut it into 3x6 pieces for tags. And then we will get 8 tags, which is not bad for a mass make. 1 sheet of paper, 8 tags. And like I said, you never know what you're going to get on the other side when you're cutting out this way, but it adds to the surprise. Are we ready to see what we have for our tags? I mean, there are so many things on here, you can't really go wrong, can you? Wow. Oops. Little. I think they are awesome. Awesome, awesome. Wow. What's not to love? What's not to love? So I'm going to grab my corner cutter and decide. Now this one, it kind of lends itself to being that way up, doesn't it? So let's cut those corners. Okay, so now I've got them, I don't really want to do anything to them because I do love them as they are. But we do need to decorate these a little bit further. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is let's just pick a couple today to work on. And I think we're going to go this one and this one. No, let's do that one because that one I think is perfect as it is. This one's really good as it is. This one could do with a centerpiece. So I think I'm just going to grab some paper dolls. Right, first one I came to, and that works pretty well. I quite like that as well though. I'm gonna go for those. I think I'm gonna use my little random quote here, dilly dally. Kind of suits that image, I think. I want it to be, I can always back it if it's too small, so that's okay. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna sew, but what I want to do is make sure I don't sew over my people. So I'm going to actually ink my little quote. I'm going to ink the edge of the tag. Let's ink the dolls. I'm going to glue this down. So I'm going to glue down my little saying. And I'm going to sew, I think I can sew all of this. So I'm going to ink this one too, because this one I'm not doing anything to except sew. This, I'm quite happy with how this tag has turned out as a tag. So I'm going to leave it at that. But what I am going to do is grab my little brush and just ink some of that inside, just to age that a little bit. I'm going to sew these two tags and I will be right back. So I did quite a bit of sewing on these. I've got lots of threads, which some of them I'll keep, some of them I won't. You can see I've got loads hanging off here. It's really dark here. Not a nice day. At least we don't have snow. So if you do have snow, please take care. Some of the pictures I've seen from California is absolutely bizarre. Honestly, please do take care. So my two tags, little lad with his granny needs to go on here. That tag is fine. I'm happy with that. I love how it looks. I think we're going to get some rather heavy rain anytime. So hopefully it won't get too noisy. I won't have to stop filming. But these really make me happy, these backgrounds. This is a fabulous kit. So let's put him down, our little folks. Oh, I mean, can you imagine all of these tags sewn like that? They're just going to look fabulous on their own without any embellishments at all. The next thing I want to do, I think on this one, I'm going to use my slot punch. Now that's gone through a little bit of stitching, but okay, that's all right, no problem. I think I'm going to do the same on this one. Seems I've got it out. Right, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to top these with. I've got quite like this. I think this works quite well. kind of like that. I'm going to thread this through and see how it looks. I might try and add a little piece of vintagey looking lace as well, just to finish that off. That works. Pretty sure it's going to work on here as well. Got this little piece here. Cut a bit off. See if I can post that through. Okay, I'm just going to put a little stitch along here. So those are our tags for today. We mass made 8 tags using a Masterboard and that fantastic kit and bits and bobs from WhichCraftDoYouDo, and we finished 2 off as well. So I think that's a bit of a win today. I just think, well, just sewn, that's perfect. Perfect. Go and check out Kerry's kit. Go and check out Kerry's video. Catch up on Cori's video if you want to get involved with the JJ Mass Makes March. And I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.